Okay, here we are, like I said. We are back. I hope you guys are doing alright. God is good, as always. So one ginger, you already know. Okay. This is the one for all the marbles, y'all. I need to find... Oh my gosh. He won't leave me alone. He will not leave me alone. I was scared the last 300 times, not anymore. Okay, this is the tricky part. It's finding where that stinking room is at. Okay, I think we're getting close. Okay. Stop it! Dang it. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's right, it's somewhere over here. Shh, Josh, don't get too eager. Okay. This is the tricky part, it's just finding the specific bolt that I need to cut. I think it's over here. Oh man, okay. I think it's over here. I could be wrong. And that leads nowhere. Okay, plenty of place to hide though, that's good. Okay. Oh boy. Did I already save in this one? If I didn't, I should. I think I did though. I did. to stay for too long. We need to find that stinking frickin' area. It's not over here. Well, shoot. Where's it at then, if it's not over here? Okay. Oh, come on, come on. Okay, I'm sorry, Mommy, this looks maybe close to where we're trying to get to. Okay, that's... okay. Okay, we were just here. Yes, oh my gosh. You've got me. Dude. Hey. Do you mind not doing that? Oh boy, okay. Okay, 1 second, y'all, because I need to figure out how to freaking reload my flashlight. Okay, reload. Okay. So maybe I have to turn on the flashlight first and then press triangle. Okay. I'm a little confused. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's get the heck out of here. Don't tell me. What was that supposed to happen? Okay, that was supposed to happen. Okay, I'm just glad they didn't end it at that. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? That poor kid. Nah, there's him getting older. What was his name?
Rolling.
I feel bad, I forgot his name. Okay, we're starting here again. Okay.
Nice one, Drake. Look at these fools trying to skate.
It's weird that we're coming back to this, because this is how the game started.
Come on, man, do something cool. You wanna be
Give me
famous,
something
right?
for all that bullcrap, please. Give me something.
Oh yeah, Drake. Woohoo!
And then... does he no-clip again? I swear. Imagine doing that. Imagine just trying to catch some gnarly waves. Oh, okay, there's more. Wait, oh. Ow.
He's not breathing. He's not breathing.
Oh.
Fucking neck. Oh my god. Shit.
He broke his neck?
Let's get out of here now. Let's get out of here.
So is the backrooms, like, supposed to be some kind of purgatory, then? Like the in-between? That'd be a terrible spot to be. Just saying. But no, that's a terrible purgatory. Or maybe not, because I guess the dude actually died. So he died, but he thought he no-clipped in the backrooms? You're losing me with the story a little bit. Because there's also, like, the main story, which is us.
Hey, Liam, Drake, come check out this little wimp. What a fucking idiot.
Oh. I was wondering when where the two would connect.
Let's go fuck with him. Grab the hammer.
What?
Liam, get his bag. Let's go lock him up.
So we're terrible people.
Get the hammer, let's go. Let's lock him up in Liam's house. Have some fun with this little shit.
Dude, you got too much free time on your hands to be picking on that poor little kid. Come on.
Almost a week had passed since the shocking, gruesome discovery of little Thomas. He was last seen walking on his way home when he was most likely kidnapped. His parents made a public plea to the killers to release their son, saying they just wanted him home safely. He was found 2 days later near the local forest. He was found wearing his favorite yellow jacket and jeans, the same clothes he had been wearing at the time of the kidnapping.
Right, we'd heard this on the radio earlier.
Had been detached from his body. It is said that little Thomas was most likely kidnapped and tortured.
But surely that wasn't us in our gang that did that, right?
That he was knocked unconscious with a blunt object, such as a hammer.
Right, which would have probably been us.
Were found further from his body.
What?
Thomas most likely ran around armed to rescue him to no avail until he passed out from the loss of blood. That is the point when the killers caught up to him and chopped off his head.
What? Jump scare? I know you want to do another one. I know you do. Liam Williams, 18, and Drake Salvatore, 19, were both charged for the kidnapping. What? Well, there's my answer. Torture and brutal murder of little Thomas, after police found a VHS recording belonging to Paul Hart, also 19, after he was admitted to hospital from a skateboarding incident, the guy that we were playing as, where he died from his injuries last... So were we involved in this? VHS recording. No. So he was the one recording. It makes you just as dang, I wanted to see that. No. You don't just take the text from me. Little Thomas when he was younger with his favorite jacket. Well, that's just a freaking bittersweet ending, isn't it? Location where Paul Hart, one of the killers, had the accident. Some of his blood can still be visible. Okay. I wish I could have read all that. I'm sure you guys can pause and read the rest of that if you want. Liam Williams, 18. Drake Salvatore, 19. Paul Hart, 19. Little frickin' punks. So, what? The real world is where the monsters are. There's a good message to this. I see that's kind of good that they kind of brought it full circle, at least with that that notion. Yeah, no, people can be scary. People can be heartless. But not everybody. Don't let past hurts or whatever, don't let anything that you're going through even currently deter you from making friends, from getting to know people. Because, yeah, people can suck, but not all the time. Some days people have bad days and they take it out on you, and it's not fair. But it's just the world we live in. There's so much oppression, there's so much angst, there's so much anger, so much bitterness, and unfortunately people will get snappy with you sometimes. It's just the way of the world. But it's not what God had envisioned, and that's all I can say. That's my own piece on that. He wants the best for his children. He made us to love each other, not to hate each other. We ourselves end up taking that onto ourselves and hurting each other, not God. God never makes us do this. He never wants this for us. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, well, that was Backrooms 1998. Huh. Yeah, like I said, bittersweet. Real bittersweet with that ending there. So... okay, let me just dial back. I need to kind of get this out there. Okay, so right, we're playing the game, right? I mean, it's already kind of confirmed all that stuff. Everything's set in stone that we were the ones responsible for this poor kid Thomas getting tortured and meeting his very untimely end. And I mean, yeah, no, people can suck. I get the notion you were going for there, but this is a very extreme case. Typically, at least people that young do not go after kids. At least from what I know. I don't know. This is a very extreme instance of the world being bad. They could have definitely polished it a little bit with the kind of coming back full circle and pointing it to the... They could have maybe polished that just a little bit. I feel like they could have maybe added something more to add a little bit more weight to this experience as a whole. I think starting off it was good. I think it has a lot of good stuff going for it. The whole it picking up your microphone, great aspect, especially for a Backrooms game. Very good aspect to implement. The spray painting was really cool, actually. I haven't seen a lot of games use that. there was a game I think called Eerie way back when YouTubers were like picking up the whole like indie game scene way back in like 2012, 2013ish. I think is when that game came out, and that used the spray paint thing to like kind of like as like a waypoint. But I haven't seen a lot of games do that, which that's another thing that I think is really cool that this game did really well, or like implemented really well. The scares, some of them were actually pretty good and very original, but then there were some that were just kind of like, it feels like I'm watching a B-rated horror movie where it's just scare after scare after scare, and it starts to lose its effect because you get used to it and you get conditioned to the scares, and you're like, okay, well, when's this gonna happen? Oh, here's another scare, I'm gonna turn a corner, spooky face. Like, kind of lost its mojo, so to speak, at least with the scares. I think, unfortunately, with the amount of scares, too, there was such an obnoxious amount. Like, I mean, just then, I think either this recording or last recording, there were like 3 scares back to back, and I got caught, and there were other scares that were taking place as well. So there's trigger points. So they're not very random. There's trigger points where it'll also reset the scares, which kind of takes it away from me as well. It kind of takes me out of it a little bit. Because you can also kind of expect when the scares are going to happen, because they're not very random. They're kind of set at a certain trigger point, and you just have to activate that trigger for it to happen, right? It definitely took me out of it a little bit, kind of knowing that, and just the aggressive amount of scares. That's my biggest takeaway, my biggest pull from this, is that it kind of took me out with all the scares. But the story was good, proper disturbing, proper spooky. I think the ending, again, could have just used a little bit more polishing. I think they could have just done something a little different with... Oh, it was just these kids. These skater kids that... I feel like they could have done more story with Thomas. I feel like they could have added something. I will say that was a bit of a twist, finding out that it was the skateboarding kids that we saw in the beginning, and that we, the player, was involved in this as well. I think that's a nice twist, I guess, but I kind of wish... Personally, I just kind of wish they did something a little bit different with Thomas's story here, as far as like, you know, who was responsible. I mean, we saw these weird tapes. I thought maybe the guy, when we would go in these rooms and save, when we'd save on the tape, it would show this creepy little guy with this mask on. I was wondering if maybe he had something to do with it. Also, there was random like graffiti all over, or like messages written, like scrawled all over the walls that kind of made no sense. Something about an orange man. Also, there were 2 twins. Maybe the twins were other kids, but they didn't touch on that either, so you're kind of just left kind of wondering what half the stuff that was shown in the game really meant outside of like the core story. It just kind of seemed a little random at points, I will say. But either way, it was proper spooky. I will say that. A very original take on the Backrooms. You know, the Backrooms, I guess just lore. Very original. I will say that. This one had some good things going for it. You know, it's kind of a mixed bag with this one, unfortunately. But it had some really good things going for it. But I'm not gonna keep this outro too long. I hope you guys enjoyed. I finished Backrooms 1998. We finished it together. So if you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like. It's never necessary, but it's always appreciated. And just let me know what you guys like to see me play and what you thought of the story yourselves. Like I said, I personally felt like, especially the ending of it, they could have done a little bit more justice with little Thomas there, and maybe, I don't know, done something a little different. But again, it was a nice enough twist, I guess, but it's like, I feel like it was lacking, you know? To me, it just felt like it was lacking. And, of course, let's not forget, like, when we get the bolt cutters, or not the bolt cutters, when we get the picture, the final piece, there's no real solution. It just cuts. You get scared by this hand grabbing your face. You get spooked, which I kind of saw coming. And then, you know, because the freaking aggressive amount of jump scares, you know. And then it cuts to like the whole like camera, them skating, all that stuff. It shows little Thomas, and it kind of connects the two, right? They're chasing down this kid. They're gonna mess with him. That's just terrible. Just leave each other alone. We all have bad days. Let's just not be picking on kids. Let's just leave each other alone, for real. Especially not the children. Come on. Leave the kids out of this. But yeah, terrible story. Poor little Thomas. Rest in peace, buddy. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end that there. The pretty messed up story. Again, the story was there starting off. It was pretty good, and then it just kind of got muddled and lost with all the stupid, repetitive jump scares. It kind of lost its feeling, you know. It kind of lost its mojo. Like I said, it's just Anyway, that's my own opinion. You guys may see it a little differently, and that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, like I said, just comment, let me know what you guys thought. And yeah, anyway, we're gonna go and call that there. I love you guys. God loves y'all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Whatever it may be, I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys stay awesome. I know you will. I know you will. Peace.